to this forum featuring the candidates who are running in the primary election for Ward 4 on the Crystal City Council. The primary election will be held on Tuesday, August 11th from 7 in the morning until 8 in the evening. My name is Kathy Pederson, and I am president of the League of Women Voters, Crystal, New Hope, East Plymouth, Robbinsdale. I am a resident of East Plymouth, and I am your moderator this evening. The League of Women Voters is proud of its history of citizen education in our communities. So we provide these forums to help you make informed decisions on your local elections. The League is a nonpartisan organization, and the views of the candidates are their own. We do not assume responsibility for the contents of the candidates' statements. Tonight, we are following CDC guidelines for public meetings and have adjusted tonight's format to ensure the health and safety of all the participants. For that reason, we do not have our customary live audience present or questions for the candidates. We want to thank CCX Media for the cablecast this evening. The candidates will appear in alphabetical order and speak for 4 minutes. They will have the opportunity to tell you about themselves and why they want to represent you in your city government. The candidates in alphabetical order are David Cummings, James Einfeldt-Brown, Eric C. Wilhelm. We will begin with David Cummings. David, you will have 4 minutes.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Cummings, and I'm running for Crystal City Council, Ward 4. I first want to thank the League of Women Voters for hosting this event and CCX Media for broadcasting it. I've lived in the Skyway neighborhood in Crystal since 2011. I've been married to my wife, Bethlen, for 6 years, and we have 2 dogs. I've been on the Environmental Quality Commission since 2019 and currently serve as the vice chair. My experience as a special education teacher will contribute to my success as a city council member. As a special education teacher, I'm required to collect information, teach students, meet with parents and teachers, all for the collective goal of working for and helping students. I will apply that same skill set to meeting the needs of Crystal residents. This directly transfers to the City Council, as many of these same skills are required, such as meeting with residents, community leaders, city employees, and taking in information to inform decisions, all for the collective goal of working for and helping the residents of Crystal. Additionally, my empathy and ability to connect with people qualify me for this position. I am a thoughtful and driven person who will listen to constituents' needs. My first teaching license is in social studies, and I am an avid history and geography buff. I am also a news junkie who keeps well informed with the news. This all helps me understand why Crystal is the way it is and what history has led us to where we are in this moment, and that helps inform my decisions. The biggest challenge for the City Council will be the financial fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic. I've read about dire predictions for city budgets in the coming years. While we do not know what will happen in Crystal, we do need to be prepared for the economic fallout of the virus. Managing this financial fallout will be critical to ensuring we have a strong Crystal for its residents. We also need to be aware of the challenges that businesses in Crystal are facing due to the pandemic and find ways to support them, whether that is allocating CARES Act or other federal and state financial support or helping businesses find financial resources. I believe I am the strongest candidate to help meet this challenge. The Crystal City Council also needs to address systemic racism and strive for racial equity by first looking at the needs of all residents by establishing a Human Rights Commission. While finally there is some movement on this issue with the current City Council, I want to see that this work continues. Secondly, the City Council needs to empower this commission by supporting and implementing their recommendations. Climate change will affect everyone in the coming years and decades. Crystal should do more to slow climate change's effects. Crystal needs to increase its renewable energy sources and find ways to lower its environmental footprint. Crystal needs to lead the way in this area. Lastly, the city needs to be a strong advocate for the Metro Blue Line extension. It will be a jobs and economic development catalyst and a needed transportation option for Crystal. My qualifications for this office are my empathy, my ability to understand why people believe what they believe, and how I can connect to them. I'm a thoughtful and driven person who will be a strong addition to the Crystal City Council. If you have any questions for me or suggestions on how we can make Crystal better, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can call me at 952-479-0816 or email me at davidforcrystal@gmail.com. My website can be found at davidforcrystal.com. vote for me by absentee ballot or on August 11th. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate is James Einfeldt-Brown. James, you have 4 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Thank you to the League of Women Voters for hosting this event, and thanks to CCX Media for broadcasting this. I'm going to talk from the heart. I've lived in the city for 59 years. I believe in public safety, making sure that we have a nice complement of men and women on our force to make sure that we have enough people to have on our force to be out there and not have any of our shifts lacking in bodies on the beat. Giving them the tools and the technology in order to do their job to the best of their ability, and the facilities to make their job safe, as we are looking at building a new police station on this campus here. I also believe the same way with our fire department, to make sure we have enough bodies there to do the same thing because of health and welfare of each and every person on the force. I want to keep on bringing our park system and our trail system into a nationally recognized park system as Minneapolis does. I also believe that we should do our budgeting and our taxing in a wise and informed decision with the people that we have in our offices here to make sure that we have the right direction to go. I currently serve on the Planning Commission and the Crystal Historical Society. I have served on other boards and commissions throughout the state of Minnesota. 2 of them, which is the Crystal Human Rights Commission and the League of Minnesota Human Rights Commission. And I do believe that our Human Rights Commission should not have been disbanded years ago. I also believe that this city is a great city. I want to increase it. And one of my goals is to make sure that we have enough retail and commercial properties here to give our citizens more shopping and commercial entities to go to. I also believe that our housing stock needs to be, some of it needs to be replaced, some of it needs to stay, and I would like to make sure that the houses that are built before 1940 are saved, because once you lose something, you never get it back. And that's the same way with our park system. I hope that you vote for me on the 11th of August by voting for James Einfeldt-Brown. So thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you, James. Our last candidate is Eric C. Wilhelm. Eric, you have 4 minutes.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank the League of Women Voters and CCX Media for hosting this event. Hello, friends and neighbors of Ward 4. My name is Eric Wilhelm, and I'm running for City Council. My family and I bought our first home over 15 years ago here in Crystal. My son attends Cooper High School, and my daughter will be attending Robbinsdale Middle School, hopefully in the fall. My family and I have been active in the community as board members and coaches of Crystal Little League and Cooper Traveling Basketball. Both have helped me understand the different voices in our communities. In our first year in Crystal, a large storm with straight-line winds tore through our neighborhoods, left a large swath of destruction. The storm toppled trees and damaged homes and left a massive amount of cleanup. My wife and I were unprepared. We did not have a generator for the 3 days we were without power. I did not have a chainsaw for the trees that now littered my lawn. But what we did have were kind neighbors. Karen and Vernville offered to share their generator. I helped Millie across the street cut the trees in her yard. And in turn, those neighbors that helped came to my yard to help clean up the debris. Across our neighborhood, one by one, we helped each other. And that continues through today. And that's why I'm running for city council. I want to continue to help my neighbors. I want to represent Ward 4 as a member of the community and not of a political party. I want to help make decisions for Crystal by being the voice of Ward 4. I want my friends and neighbors to feel comfortable coming to me and asking questions or giving suggestions to further improve Crystal. I want to be able to quickly get information to people to help answer any concerns they have. It has been a tough 2020, and there will be decisions to be made to make a safer and stronger Crystal. I believe better days are on the horizon. As we have learned, cities lead their own paths with guidance from state and federal levels. Mayors across the country have had to be the face of their communities and convey the needs to keep their citizens safe while recognizing the struggle of everyone they serve. But mayors do not work alone. It takes the whole council to help shape the future of their cities. That is why I'm asking that you give me your trust to represent Ward 4 and vote for me, Eric Wilhelm, for City Council on August 11th. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. You have heard the 3 candidates for Ward 4 City Council. If there are members of the cable TV audience who feel an issue was not addressed, the League of Women Voters urges that you contact the candidates directly. And now at this time, I would like to briefly address COVID-19 and voting in the primary and general elections. The League of Women Voters encourages citizens to vote early using the absentee ballot option for both elections. Absentee voting is safe and confidential. And all eligible voters in Crystal can vote absentee either by mail or in person at the Hennepin County Government Center in downtown Minneapolis. There is no early in-person voting at Crystal City Hall. To request an absentee ballot, contact your Crystal City offices at 763-531-1145, and they will mail you one, or you can request an absentee ballot online by visiting www.vote411.org or the Secretary of State's site at www.mnvotes.org. One will be sent to you in the mail within 1 to 2 days of receiving the application. For the August primary election, absentee ballots must be postmarked on or before Election Day, August 11th, and received by August 13th to be counted in the vote. Once an absentee ballot is sent in, you can track your ballot's progress by visiting the Secretary of State's site, www.mnvotes.org or vote411.org. In addition, if you're not a registered voter, you may also register at the polls on Election Day. If you are 18 years old on Election Day, if you are a citizen of the United States, been a resident of your precinct for at least 20 days prior to the election, and have proof of residence in the precinct. For a more detailed list of voter eligibility and identification requirements, again, visit the Secretary of State's website or vote411.org. In closing, the League of Women Voters of Crystal, New Hope, East Plymouth, Robbinsdale encourages active participation in government. We work to increase understanding of major policy issues, and we influence public policy through education and advocacy. Membership to our league is open to men and women of all ages. For more information about the League of Women Voters, visit www.lwv.mn.org and click on Local Leagues to look for Crystal, New Hope, East Plymouth, Robbinsdale. As president of the local league, I encourage you to become a member of our league as we continue to provide services to this community. We welcome you to join us in the nonpartisan study of local, state, and national issues. Tonight's forum will be replayed on Northwest Cable Channel 12/799 at these times: Saturday, 7:25 at 4 p.m., Sunday, 7:26, 7 a.m., Tuesday, 7:28 at 1 p.m. It will be online at ccxmedia.org tomorrow afternoon. I thank you for joining us this evening.